Hey everybody, welcome back to Everything's Plastic. Today we're going to be taking a look at another Marvel Legend action figure. And this figure is Death Dealer, and it's from Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings movie that came out last year. Pretty much passed on the entire wave. And seen Shang-Chi when it came on Disney Plus. I should have known by now that every time I pass on a wave, I always go back and end up picking them up. So finally picked up the last 3 figures that I needed to complete this movie series. So I'll definitely go through and try to get this wave glued up, get the build figure assembled, and be done with this wave. Finally. Only a year late. So for packaging, here's a picture of Death Dealer on the side here. Same picture on the other side, and same picture on the back as well. There is a little mini read up there that says, Death Dealer is one of the most formidable opponents Shang-Chi has ever faced. If you're not familiar with this wave, it completes Mr. Hyde, which is a pretty cool build figure, and one of the reasons that I wanted to complete this series. First figure in the series is Shang-Chi himself, Wenwu, Xialing, Death Dealer, Civil Warrior, and Tony Stark AI. Now we already did a review on Shang-Chi, Xialing, Civil Warrior, and Tony Stark. If you want to go back and check those out, feel free to do so. We have Death Dealer here. We're done looking at packaging, so I'll be right back with this one out of the package so we can get a closer look. Alright, so now that we have this guy out of the packaging, comes with 2 extra hands, and these are dagger throwing hands. One hand with his dagger ready to throw, and the other hand is 2 daggers mid throw. Pretty cool design on both. Paint application is pretty decent on both of these as well. And he also comes with the left hand for the Mr. Hyde build figure. Pretty gnarly nails on this dude. Wish they were painted, but other than that, still looks pretty good. Can't wait to get this guy finally assembled. Alright, so for Death Dealer, overall, the paint application on this guy is pretty good overall. I think they did an awesome job on this guy. I love how the head looks. I think they did an awesome job on the overall face sculpt of this one. Like the little ponytail, like the overall texturing all over his suit. I think they did a pretty awesome job. Pretty cool detail overall. Everything that's painted on this one is painted good. Some of this stuff on the belt is painted. We do have a bit of blue paint splash over onto the black hair with that one. Pretty minor, but yeah, still worth mentioning. Like the overall design of his robe. I think that's pretty cool. I do like the detail on his boot, like how the red kind of pops on the black hair. And if you guys are familiar with Marvel Legends, you guys already know that this pretty much full body, with the exception of his arms and everything else, but the overall body itself is the Ant-Man body. You see here that the legs are the same, knees are the same here, and we can even see inside here, we can see this part of Ant-Man. I'm sure this has been mentioned in reviews before. And we can see these little lines going around here on his neck. So yeah, with the exception of his arms and his robe and obviously the head sculpt, pretty much the whole body, legs, and everything else is Ant-Man. We're all used to them using the same body molds over. But in this case, not bothered by that whatsoever. I think this guy looks awesome. I don't really care what's under the robe anyways. As long as the arms and everything you can see looks cool and paint application is decent on it, I could care less. That's pretty much it for our overall closer look. Let's go over articulation. So it goes back this far, forward this far, and we get a little bit side to side, not a whole lot. Obviously you get your full rotation there as well. His arms go up this far, all the way around. You do have your bicep swivel. You have your double jointed pin elbows, which is not too bad because you only see, on the outside you only see one pin, on the inside now we can see both pins there. But pretty decent range of motion out of that. All 4 hands are back and forth for articulation, and obviously they go all the way around as well. For your ab crunch, you're not going to get a whole lot of ab crunch on this one. Obviously it is restricted by his robe, but if it didn't have the robe, then his ab crunch would be back this far, forward this far. So somewhat restricted anyways with this figure, but there is a rotation at the waist. His legs are not restricted by the robe, but they are somewhat restricted. We don't get a lot of movement out of them anyways. It goes forward this far, back this far. You do have a upper thigh cut, and you do have double jointed pin knees as well, which I'm not bothered really by these pin joints. One of them's covered up for the most part. There is no boot cut or anything like that. His feet go back this far, forward this far, and you do have your full rotation there. And which is weird, these click. I actually like the clicking joints, so that's pretty cool. I'm not sure if this one clicks, and this one doesn't click, so this is kind of weird, but I like it. somewhat restricted articulation. Obviously, it's nice to have an ab crunch and all that stuff, but I like the way this guy looks overall, so I'm not overly phased by hindered articulation. Let's switch out those hands. Cool. Two pretty cool hands. We can see here that this one is mid-throw. He's got the bad boys unleashed. Looks pretty good. And in this hand here, he's got one lift, ready to throw. I think overall it's a pretty cool design. But personally, I'd still prefer this hand. And I like this hand like this. It's just getting ready to throw a dagger. I think it looks pretty cool. It's my favorite combination in these. And it's probably why I'm going to pose them on my shelf. Oh, for some reason I can't find any other figures in this wave, only this one. So for comparisons, I'll use Civil Warrior, and we can use Sylvie, just to give you a comparison for a smaller figure. And we'll use this Disney Plus John Walker Captain America. So overall we can see that Death Dealer is just a little bit taller than Sylvie, and a little bit shorter than John Walker and Civil Warrior. Pretty average size for any 6-inch Marvel Legend. Overall I'm going to give this one a 8 out of 10. The only thing really taking the points away from this one is hindered articulation. Personally, I don't have a problem with it, but to be fair and rate it accordingly, I think I need to at least take a full point off for hindered articulation, because it does affect the full figure. I mean, his upper body is restricted and articulation for his legs aren't that great as well. So I think 8 out of 10 is a pretty decent score for this figure. I think it's a well-made figure. I mean, it's not perfect, it does have its issues, but overall appearance of the figure is great. Paint application is pretty decent overall, and I do like the overall design. That pretty much sums up our unboxing and figure review. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this wave. Let me know what you thought of the movie. Let me know what you think of my score of 8 out of 10 as well. And let me know what you thought of our review. If you liked the review, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Click on that like button. And if you want to hit that subscribe button while you're there, feel free to do so as well. So as always, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you on the next one. Keep collecting and stay safe.